Mike was a 10-year-old boy, and he loved Halloween like every boy loves Halloween. This year for Halloween, he had a costume with a mask, but he wore this costume every year on Halloween. It was a simple costume he made himself, but it was very nice. Finally, the day of Halloween came. Mike was a boy who always went out alone, and his parents were always worried about him. Mike quickly put on his costume as he watched the children out the window wearing their costumes. After watching out the window for a while, he saw a girl sitting alone on the sidewalk outside, and no one was paying any attention to her. Mike was excited to see someone alone like him for the first time. He went outside and slowly and quietly came up behind her and sat down next to her, and she looked at him, screaming with fear. They sat together and talked for a while. Mike had a friend for the first time. Her name was Lily, and she was 10 years old, like Mike. Mike excitedly took Lily to the garden of their house to show her to his mother. He excitedly called her mom outside and asked her to take pictures of them. Although her mom was happy when she came out, she had a strange and disappointed look on her face. Mike was happily waiting for her to take the pictures. Without saying anything, his mom took the pictures and pretended to be happy. Mike and Lily went out into the street together. Like all children, they had to visit the houses around because that was the only reason for collecting candy. Everywhere there were kids walking around and young people having parties. Mike and Lily walked side by side to the first house they saw, and when they knocked on the door, a young girl happily brought candy for them. For some reason, the girl who gave Mike candy didn't give it to Lily. When Mike asked for candy for Lily, the young girl who opened the door smiled and closed the door. Mike was surprised, but without getting upset. They both started looking for another house. At each house they visited, Mike was happy to get candy, and his pumpkin bag full of candy looked very nice, but no one would give Lily candy. The day was slowly coming to an end, and it was night, and Mike and Lily went up on a hill by themselves to watch the children trick-or-treating. Mike looked at Lily, and she had a very innocent and cold expression, and her candy bag was empty. Mike had secretly put half of the candy from his bag into her bag. Lily realized this, but she quietly took one of the candies and started eating it. They were both eating candy, and Mike was so happy that he was doing it with someone for the first time. There were notes on the candy wrappers they opened. Lily opened the candy note first, and the note read, "Find me." Then Mike opened his own note and read what was on it, and it said, "I will find you." Mike couldn't make sense of the notes, but he didn't care. He looked at Lily, took her hand, and they walked down the hill. When Mike got home, he was very happy and told his parents about what he and Lily had done during the day. His mother said something quietly in his father's ear, and then his father turned to Mike and told him that it had been very nice. On the morning of the next day, Mike was dressed in his costume again, and just as he was going out, he saw Lily sitting on the same sidewalk again, and he went to her. They ran with the other boys walking on the sidewalk, and for the first time Mike was talking to the people around him and showing them his new friend Lily. But no one looked at Lily and even made fun of Mike. Ignoring them, Mike went trick-or-treating again with Lily. Every house they went to, they got candy, but no one looked. at Lily or even cared. Mike felt sorry for Lily. I think that's why he became friends with Lily, because she was like him. They were bored and Mike decided to take Lily to his house so she could at least talk to her parents. They went home together, and when they got home after a while, Mike saw his parents in the garden, and there was a doctor with a notebook. Mike and Lily ran to them. He showed Lily to his parents and told them what he had done today, but no one even looked at Lily, not even the doctor. Mike was angry and took the notebook from the doctor and started running around. When he stopped for a moment and looked at the notebook, he saw that it said schizophrenic and imaginary friend. As Mike stopped to read the notebook, his mother came over and showed him the photo of him and Lily for the first time. Only Mike was in the photo and Lily was not visible. Mike immediately ran to Lily and showed her to his parents, but no one was looking at Lily. Mike ran away while his parents talked to the doctor again. He and Lily went to the hill where they had first eaten candy and started eating candy again. Mike looked at Lily for a while and started to touch her face, and she slapped him and backed away. Together they read the notes on their candy again, and Lily again. Just like yesterday, "Find me," it said. And Mike said, "I will find you," it said. While Mike ate his candy in silence, Lily stood up and started to walk up the hill and came to the fence with the word danger on it. Mike nodded and told her not to go in there, but Lily was behind the fence in an instant. Looking at her in amazement, Mike found a hole in the fence and started to follow Lily. There were bear traps on the ground, and Mike followed Lily, scared. No matter how fast he walked, he couldn't keep up with Lily. As he ran, the bear traps sounded, and Mike continued to follow Lily, sweating. After a while, Mike came to a big tree and saw Lily in front of it. After coming to her tiredly, they both sat down in front of the tree. This time Lily took out the candies from her pocket and put one in her mouth and gave the other to Mike. This time when Mike looked at the candy, it said, "I found you." Lily showed me her candy and it said, "You found me." Mike was so tired from running, and it was completely dark that he fell asleep under a tree, exhausted. A day had passed, and his parents and the police were searching everywhere for their child. The cops finally entered the forbidden zone. There were bear traps everywhere, and it was very dark in the forest. They were using flashlights to close the bear traps with sticks. Her mother was crying as the policeman tried to console her. One of the policemen came to a big tree, and shining the flashlight under it, they saw a boy sleeping underneath. His mother recognized him immediately. It was Mike. There were a lot of bear traps around him, and as the policemen slowly made their way there, they realized that there was a dead body next to him. The policemen proceeded to close the bear traps with sticks in their hands and came under the tree. Mike and the body lying on the ground had candy notes. The notes said, "You found me," and "I found you," it said. The cops examined the body. It had been there for about a year. They looked at the missing persons list they had and realized that the body belonged to a girl on the list. This was Lily, who went missing last year on Halloween and still hasn't been found.